Lesson 2, 2.3, Bake. I bake a cake. I like to bake. She likes to bake. He also likes to bake. We like to bake. I like to bake a cake. He likes to bake a cake. She likes to bake a cake. We like to bake a cake. They also like to bake a cake. An oven. I put the cake in the oven and I baked the cake. We put the cake in the oven and we baked the cake. He puts the cake in the oven and he bakes the cake. She puts the cake in the oven and she bakes the cake. They put the cake in the oven and they bake the cake. Icing. I bake the cake and then I put the icing on the cake. He bakes the cake and then he puts the icing on the cake. She bakes the cake and then she puts the icing on the cake. Table. I bake the cake and then I put it on the table. We bake the cake and then we put it on the table. He bakes the cake and then he puts it on the table. She bakes the cake and then she puts it on the table. They bake the cake and then they put it on the table. A box. I bake the cake and then I put it in the box. We bake the cake and then we put it in the box. He bakes the cake and then he puts it in the box. She bakes the cake and then she puts it in the box. They bake the cake and then they put it in the box. Before and after, in and out. This is dough. I like to bake bread. Before I bake the bread, I knead the dough. I put the dough in the oven and I bake the bread. After I bake the bread, I take it out of the oven. After I bake the bread, I put it on the table. After I bake the bread, I put it in the bread box. We like to bake bread. Before we bake the bread, we knead the dough. We put the dough in the oven and we bake the bread. After we bake the bread, we take it out of the oven. After we bake the bread, we put it on the table. After we bake the bread, we put it in the bread box. He likes to bake bread. Before he bakes the bread, he kneads the dough. He puts the dough in the oven and he bakes the bread. After he bakes the bread, he takes it out of the oven. After he bakes the bread, he puts it on the table. After he bakes the bread, he puts it in the bread box. She likes to bake bread. Before she bakes the bread, she kneads the dough. She puts the dough in the oven and she bakes the bread. After she bakes the bread, she takes it out of the oven. After she bakes the bread, she puts it on the table. After she bakes the bread, she puts it in the bread box. They like to bake bread. Before they bake the bread, they knead the dough. They put the dough in the oven and they bake the bread. After they bake the bread, they take it out of the oven. After they bake the bread, they put it on the table. After they bake the bread, they put it in the bread box.